The new immersion semester is something new to Lyndon. Pretty much what it is it's a chance for us to practically use the skills that we've been learning in class over the past year and take them out and use them in the real world. 3 different groups. We had an itinerary group, we had a group that did food, and then we had a group that planned gear. And since we planned 3 different trips, it worked out perfectly that we could switch off and work in a different group for each trip. One of our trips that we went on was in the Wild River Designated Wilderness. It's in the White Mountains. We came across, I think, 2 streams, and each stream we took our time learning different teamwork techniques to get across the stream. We ended up having to use those skills that we learned to cross water that was all the way up to our stomach. In the backcountry, I would say teamwork is one of the most important things that you can have. For class, we learned a lot about expedition behavior, which is kind of how you present yourself and you work with your group in the backcountry. One of the key things is while you're in the backcountry, your group consists of the small amount of people that you're with. You can never really get away from them. You're living with them as a community for the amount of time that you're in the backcountry, which is really neat. Pose different problems that you may never have experienced before in life. Cooking's one of those things in the backcountry that is a lot different than what you would experience in the front country. We learned a ton of different ways to end up cooking in the backcountry, and in the end it ended up becoming almost like gourmet meals to us. We learned how to bake, fry, and what was even cooler is in our last trip we were able to, which was the canoe trip, we were able to forage our meals. So we got to have fish some of the nights. We also made mint tea and apple crisp, which was delicious. So all of us had experience already with backpacking, but one of the trips that kind of all caught us off guard was the canoe trip, which I think there was 2 kids in class that had been canoeing before, but everyone else really didn't have any experience at all. So for the canoe trip, we had 10 days to plan a trip, and we ended up going to the Grand Lake Stream area in Maine, and we wanted kind of to base the trip off of goals of doing a whole lot more baking and cooking, of a relaxed activity where you can take your time and paddle and just kind of hang out with friends instead of worrying about carrying all the weight on your back. So a nice experience now to have for future in jobs.